Aaron, you guys got down early, obviously, in that first inning. Rodon just said he just wasn't good enough today. What were you seeing from your vantage point?
Yeah, I mean, couple walks. First ball had some high air under it in the gap, and then just probably not as crisp a stuff as he's had more often than not. Probably not a terrible pitch to Nimmo that he hits out. I mean, pretty impressive swing he put on the ball, but just not sharp enough, overall. So, go on the sixth day this next time, hopefully, a little sharper.
That's there with the starting rotation. The bullpen has struggled at times over the last week plus. Just what can you do to get the pitching staff as a whole back on track?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully one thing's a little bit of a reset for some of the back end guys that have pitched a lot, obviously. We'll have an off day on Monday, so those guys will be available with an off day behind it. Hopefully that serves some of those guys a little bit well. But right now we got to prevent runs better. That's what's kind of hurt us this week. We're swinging the bat, we're putting some points on the board, but it's been a tough week for us, slowing down some offenses.
You talk about the preventing runs, a couple of errors today. Just why do you think there have been mental lapses? Defensive errors.
Yeah, the mental. He threw a ball away, and Grisham.
It hasn't been clean baseball.
Yeah. I mean, Chris bobbled the ball, and Jazz has had some tough throws this week where he hasn't made it. I thought he also made some good plays today. So, that's all part of the run prevention. We got to, I feel like we have a good defensive club. We haven't been our best here these last couple of weeks. We've clearly made too many mistakes in the process while we're struggling a little bit on the mound. So we got to be better in all facets, if we're going to, keep them off the board more often.
Who else? Joel.
You did mention, just on the crispness, you did mention Dominguez maybe didn't take the best route to the ball and then pulled up short and it gets by him. Wells threw the ball to third base in that inning and nobody's covering the bag. I mean, do you think your team, something is going on here with your club?
I mean, I don't think JD on the route he took was going to get there. So, so it falling in is going to be a double. So I think you compounded a few things there that aren't really there. Wells taking a shot at third, and Jazz just was reading it and held his ground, thinking we're not going to have a play. So, there's kind of a no harm, no foul throw there where the guy wasn't getting back, or the guy was getting back in time.
Who else? Brendan.
Does there need to be better communication on that? The Wells throw to third.
Actually, I think there's kind of really good communication. It went to him. And Jazz is reading the runner too. And so he's coming up fire, and if it's a situation where that runner gets off, we're in position now to make it. If he's not, then the throw goes further.
When you're going through a stretch like this, how do you go about separating the things that are small sample size or bad bounces or just the natural flow of the season from the things that are areas of legitimate concern, areas of real improvement that need to happen?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, and that's what we're tasked with. And that's what, certainly I try and take a step back when you're, whether you're going good or you're going through this stretch, which we're in, you really try to, as much as it's easy to react and be mad and, you've got to make real evaluations all the time and make real decisions all the time. I think we do that well. So that's part of it. That's part of it. And, but sometimes you're in a situation where you can't fix something immediately, right? But that is the challenge, and the job is to, when you're evaluating, is try and remove a little bit of the emotion in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'm just following up on that question. It's been a rough week for your team, obviously. What is your own level of frustration or exasperation or whatever you want to call it?
Yeah. It's been a terrible week, and it's like you're striking the balance between, like, try and find the good things that are happening. Like the offense, I feel like, is starting to swing the bat, put some runs on the board. It's the pitching, which has been kind of carried us a lot this season, has really, really struggled this week. We haven't caught the ball as well as I think we should. So, look, when you live it and you're going through it, it sucks. It hurts, but it's also, you got to be able to handle it. You got to be able to deal with it. You've got to be able to weather it and come out of this and grow and hopefully, as trite as it sounds or as corny as it, these are the moments that build character within a team and also help you find out and define what the heck you need moving forward and where you need to change or where you need to, go out and explore for things. That's the challenge of this time right now.
You talked about stepping back and needing to evaluate, not with emotion. When you step back and evaluate without emotion, this 6-game losing streak and then the one previous to that over the past month, just what do you see?
Yeah, I mean, I answered this week. I mean, I kind of ran through, the offense is starting to get it going after struggling for a period. We haven't pitched great, which has been a calling card. We've had some attrition in the bullpen, which is when you're going through a stretch. And for the most part, even through this, we've played a lot of close games, so we've leaned on leverage a lot. So these guys have pitched a lot, especially in a 26 out of 27 stretch. We haven't caught the ball as good as I think we have for much of the year, and as much as I think we should and will moving forward. So that defines this week, which I said. The other streak we had was when we lost 6 in a row between the Red Sox and the Angels, where we didn't score. So and that was a week when we were pitching and defending, and we're losing 2-1, 1-0. So it's been that. I mean, I look at this kind of stretch that we've been in, and it's really those 2 6-day stretches where we didn't win, and there are kind of different reasons for both of them. And we just got to be better moving forward, obviously.
Joel.
Forgive me for not knowing. Is it Volpe's habit to, if he has the ball in his hand to close an inning, he throws it out to Judge? Do you know?
I think that's MLB, Major League Baseball now. You'll see strike 3, the catcher will throw it to an infielder. They'll throw it to each other. I think every team kind of does that. They'll throw the ball to each other as they're running off.
Do you know, though, is it his thing that he usually throws it to Judge? I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I don't know if he throws it to Judge all the time, or I don't know.